Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the USC Trojans, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Still on his feet at the 45. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Apparently, line number one on the game plan, attack, now, immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play of the game.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Trojans are rolling down the field. The give to the back. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to pass. Lets it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown, Trojans. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring this one out. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bring in the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. What about just overhauling the whole program if they can't get this thing fixed?
Well, yes, and it's hard, man. It's hard when you start that high and then something happens and it starts to snowball. Momentum is a powerful thing. These are young kids, Jesse, and they got to find a way to swing that momentum.
They've had some tough losses, obviously some key injuries, but they need a win in the worst way possible. They have got to find a way to right the ship.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. Down a touchdown right out of the chute. They'll try to keep their first drive alive by converting on fourth down from their own territory. Unloads to the wideout. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on first down. He's got an open man. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are...
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tiger! So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running this route. Great result because of it.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes. This is a gamble. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this guy struggled the last time out. He knew he had to get back in the film, get back to the practice field, and work on some things. And I think he did some good work, because he's already thrown for more yards in this first quarter than he did his last time out.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires one high and deep. Touchdown, Clemson. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Toss to the outside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ball.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback. But two, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Now, on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. He's got some space. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
But that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. But a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, USC! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Toledo is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Bruce Gradkowski should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Western Michigan. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Leaves it with the running back. Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Wants to throw on third down. Looking deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
And the Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to the ground. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
Yeah, the basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it. But you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
The Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Finds the tight end. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
So as a defensive guy, they line up in a formation. You know they're heavy on one side, and then all of a sudden, boom, 2 guys pull, and they go the other direction. So you can't really load up and play that. That counter keeps you off balance as a defense and makes you really be honest.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Off the play fake. Oh, what a move. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on third down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
They'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Trojans. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Austin. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. On the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Tigers are facing 3rd and inches. Hauls it in. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Finds his big tight end. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the end.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to get it through the air. Takes the easy completion. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Throws for the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Austin. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Balls it in.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pulls it in. It's Walters. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Clemson is quick to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Connection to the right. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
For the tie with the extra point. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Off the RPO, complete. Turning it on. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
It's complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. And the Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Running back searching for a hole. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking to throw on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Give to the single back. At the 45 on its way. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
This has been a tight one. Third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 35, he's got room. They finally corral him, and he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to...
Touchdown, Tigers! They take the lead with the 6. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. On the move, it's Eaton. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. On target over the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Finds the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Pressure coming. Turns it loose. He's got it inside the 25. There he goes. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers there.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
The throw. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Great place to start for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking downfield on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. This time on target. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. So they're facing third and short from the 25. The offense changing the play. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Puts it out of the air. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Hands it off on the counter. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in a lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast?
There he goes! Touchdown, Tiger! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. And he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame. They're up by 21 over NC State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Got a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I feel like this guy's having one of those games. It happens maybe once in your life. He's just been open everywhere on the field. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's turning these defenders around. They just simply can't cover him.
Wants to go up top on first down. Catch inside the 25. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the fourth. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Going to swing it on second down. Complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll try to power their way ahead. Running through contact. Nice pickup on the ground here. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
What a great run there. On 3rd and 1 situation, though, David, that has got to be demoralizing for a defense because they were packed up close to the line of scrimmage expecting run on that one.
They're playing aggressive, but great offenses have the ability in predictable situations like 3rd and 1 to get first downs.
Wants to throw on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Got it set up on the outside. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. To the air on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Well, I know that's not exactly how the offensive coordinator drew that one up, guys, but how about Johnny on the spot doing a great job concentrating? The ball gets deflected, but he's somehow able to reel that thing in, come up with a big play for his offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Looking down the middle. Looking to get it in. They really got this offense humming. Just a fourth play of the drive, and it's first and goal. Gotta find a completion on this one. Pass to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown in the final seconds, and they're just a point away from tying it up.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. It's incomplete, and the try for 2 and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.